Hello guys, Donald Productions here, and today I have the new Season 2 layout, and I'll be showing you that. So yeah, I'm going to be recording Episode 2 tomorrow and this week, so it should be out by this weekend. This took a while because I was trying to find my Giggling Troublesome truck. Still haven't found it. It's somewhere though, I'll find it eventually. And then earlier I was planning on doing the layout tour, but then I realized I forgot 2 destinations, so I had to fit those in, but it's here. So basically I'm just going to give you guys an overview. It's pretty big. I used every single piece in my collection except for a few broken tracks, so that's the whole layout. So first I'm going to start where Thomas is because I have something I need to ask you guys. Okay, I was just moving my tripod out of the way. Okay, so here's Thomas. And this is the Thomas I normally use. I just use this one in my series, but I was wondering, I've got my 2 other Thomases here, and let me get this one. So this one is from 2003. I Sharpied in the eyes because they were starting to fade. This one's 2012 Thomas. This one's my 2001 Thomas, which was my first ever wooden Thomas. So I want you guys to let me know, either on Instagram or on Discord, which one you want me to use. I like all 3 of them. I personally like these 2 better because I mean, the CGI model's still nice, but I don't like it as much. So just let me know. I'm just wondering, like, I like all of them. But, yeah, so basically, that's it. So, I'll get Thomas back on the track. So, we have Knapford Station. We have Thomas pulling Annie and Clarabelle. We have Connor pulling in with his train. So, on Thomas's line, you go down this line. You go over the Marin Bridge to a switch where Fergus is taking the Mr. Jolly's chocolate car and Soda sweet car. And so the line Fergus is on goes down the line to the airport, goes around through Henry's Tunnel, which is just the mountain tunnel, but the bottom 2 lines, to where Diesel 10 is, probably doing something mischievous. I don't really know. And so he goes up this viaduct where Percy is pulling the mail. And so his line goes down. There's Bulgy and Diesel doing something. And so, okay. So this line just goes down to where Birdie is in a field. And so probably going to the quarry. So this line goes down to this switch, and then if you continue going, there's a 3-way switch, and on the left line it goes around to a switch. This middle line goes through a tunnel, goes down under the viaduct Percy is on to where Bulgy is. It goes to the signal house, goes through there onto Connor's line, and this other line goes around, switches onto 2 other lines where Diesel is, and it just goes to where Thomas's line is. So that's that line. And if we backtrack some to this switch, you go back around to where Ari and Bert are doing something with the light car. Don't really know what they're going to use it for, but it's probably something bad. So that line goes around to a switch behind Bulgy, just goes to the line next to Connor. This switch goes around to Oliver, where the logging company is. So there's a truck here with a log. There's the log loader, and this is actually Take and Play. I think it's actually Take Along. And so I found this in my Trackmaster bucket, so I decided to use it. And this wood piece right here is actually Trackmaster, but it works just as well on this, so I'm just using it. And so Oliver's line goes around, goes up the Timoth Tipping Bridge, and it goes down to a switch where Charlie and Sydney are. So backtrack more to where Connor's line is and the line next to him. Those two lines connect with this switch, goes under the tipping bridge, goes around the bend where James is pulling the dairy car, the flour car, and the egg car, goes to the turntable where the sheds are, where Donald, Toby, Henry, Edward, and Lady are. So these two lines are sidings. This one goes through the wash tower and then ends. This line here, across from the sheds, goes down to where Duck is, filling up on water, goes under the tipping bridge, goes down to the line next to Thomas, which just connects to Thomas's line. So this line goes down, around to the docks. And here's the cranky. And this boat is gonna be turned into a Bulstrode custom. I just found this Lego boat and I was like, oh, that would be good for Bulstrode. So I'm gonna work on that. And so there's a switch here. And then if you go down this way, it just goes back to where Charlie and Sydney are. And then this line that Salty's on goes to the stop and go station, goes around and behind this station. And so the line next to it goes where Emily is talking to Sir Topham Hatt, and this is going to be Brendam Station in my series, at least for this layout. So there's a switch here, which goes to the shunting yard where Derek is with some trucks. These three lines just end. So Emily's line continues, goes around under this old crane that's now broken, sadly, but oh well. Then it just goes around to where Fergus is at the airport. Now going back to this line, goes up behind Brendam Station, goes around to where Murdoch is pulling a goods train, goes down, goes around under this bridge, goes to the Henry's Forest bumpy track to where Max and Monty's shed is. Then it goes around. I'm gonna get to that spot later, and my engine just fell. Let me fix that. Thanks, Gordon. Stay. Okay. So, fix that. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Where were we? Oh yeah, I remember. We're over here. So, back at this switch, this line goes around to where the quarry is, and this is just all the pieces I'm going through because I'm still building it. This line just goes around, and as you can see, yeah, it's kind of empty because I'm still building stuff. I'm building the other part of this tower. So, yeah, and so this line just goes to a switch. This line goes up to the quarry mine tunnel and then ends, at least right now, where something secret is. And Simon is blocking it for some reason. That's a little suspicious. So this line goes to where Tony is, who's talking to Simon. This line just goes around back to where Murdoch's line is. And so this middle line goes to the center of the quarry, and this is where Bill is shunting some coal trucks under the coal hopper. Goes over here to this platform. There's a switch here where Ben, with two trucks. This line just goes around and ends under Percy's viaduct. And so this line continues where Mavis is, and then it goes around up Gordon's Hill where Gordon is, and then it goes down and around under the Marin Bridge where Sydney and Charlie are. So I believe that is the end of the standard gauge layout. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay. So on to the narrow gauge layout. I'll just start at the sheds. So we're here at the sheds where the narrow gauge engines are. This is the shed. There's a 3-way switch with 2 sidings. This track goes around to a switch where Coldy is with Catherine. And it says Farquhar Station, but it's actually going to be Crovan's Gate Station. So if we continue along the line, there's another switch. Turns, it goes under the coal hopper, goes around under this bridge, goes around, then it connects. There's a little bridge here, and then Coldy's line just connects to this line with the switch. It goes around. Here, let me get around here so I can get a good view. Okay, so this line curves around, goes up onto this bridge where Rusty is pulling a goods train. And so I just knocked over the airport. Good job. Okay, now this goes down, goes around to where the crossing is, goes around, there's a switch, and then there's another switch where the airport is. It just loops around like that. So the line with the tunnel goes along here where Sir Handel is pulling some trucks, goes up this bridge, and then goes down to the switch that connects to this line. This switch goes to the water tower, which connects to the sheds and where Coldy is. And so this last line is the last line on the layout. It goes down this gigantic bridge, which I stabilized this time. It's actually sturdy. And so it goes down to where Skarloey is pulling a coach, goes through the center line of the mountain tunnel, which is also part of Henry's tunnel. So it goes to this switch. This line goes down and crosses over Bill's line. And then it goes around past this drill truck, whatever. And it just goes around to where Duncan is loading up with cargo by this crane. And then his line just goes around next to Max and Monty and then goes up to this switch. So that's basically the whole layout. So I hope you guys like this layout. I like this layout way better. It's way more interesting. And so, I now have 40 subscribers. So thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, of course. And I'll see you guys next time.